Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it.
What I got going on is I know that I have a couple of things coming up. Well, I'm gonna get a couple of awards for the
Come
summer,
on, King.
and I'm nominated for 2 Forever Grateful awards.
Oh, I love
My boy
that.
Born Rich in the house. He doing his thing. So I'll see you ain't up. See,
my bad. Yeah, we was checking sound.
We checking sound too. There's a lot going on. So we know what's coming through now.
Yes.
So y'all can hear us.
Yes.
We just can't hear you. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Come on.
But,
awards. Come on,
I
King.
got 2 Forever Grateful awards. I'm
That's
up
what's
for. I
up,
believe
brother.
one is best radio personality,
Mhm.
and I can't remember the other one.
That's what's up, King.
But yeah, the voting gonna start soon.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
y'all check me out. Forever Grateful Awards, man.
Yes,
March
sir.
15th, we're gonna be in the building at something Lamont Avenue. I'll have that once we get done, but it's on the west side of Chicago, so we're gonna be over there. And
Yes,
it's on my
sir.
page. I've been advertising.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, like when do your shows air? Give us that information.
Oh
as well.
yeah, we got the Jeff Releford show on Biggs Radio airing every Monday from 5 to 6.
Woo.
And you can find that on online radio box, or I believe TuneIn Radio as well. And we also have the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast.
Come on now.
Every Wednesday on 5 to 6 p.m. as well. And you can find that on online radio box. That is, and also on R3 Radio.
Mhm.
So type in R3 Radio on online radio box. Guarantee you will be the first one to pop up. Boom, bada bam. Tune in to all our shows.
I love it. I love it, King. We just continue to grow, continue to just do amazing things.
Yes, ma'am.
We have amazing interviews coming up in this portion of Rock Truth Radio. I'm excited about it. Like we're just, taking it there, taking a higher, grander production will occur on our ends. I'm excited. We'll be celebrating 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Let's give it up for 5 years.
Yo, 5 years this year. And it's so befitting to have the guest that we have today. But before we grow into our guest, today would have been my father's birthday.
Yes,
we
talked about that.
Man. Yeah. And I have to take a moment to just kind of pause and, give him his flowers still.
Yes.
Right. Like, because there's no Rock Truth, there's no SelenaKay, there's no me without him. And he filled in the gaps that my biological father was not provided the opportunity to give me. Like, it's if you understand God and all of this, you understand control and how he is in full control of everything. There are some things that my father couldn't help. You know what I mean? It wasn't gonna happen, and he's at no fault or blame. I'm grateful that God saw it fit enough for to provide himself yet again to give me the things I need to be a queen, to be a woman, to be functioning in society for the people. You know what I mean? For the people I serve.
Yeah.
And so this man was grand. He was known as the Master Pastor. Cato Brooks Jr.
Oh,
You know,
what a man. What a man.
What a man.
What a man.
You know what I mean? He's known as the Master Pastor. And I mean, he could listen. When you talk about why I cross T's a particular way, dot I's a certain way, every word, every punctuation means something. Everything matters. It's not about what you meant, is what you said. I can't play with words. It's all the word play and everything. It's him. You know what I mean? It's him. It was them. And I'm just appreciative of what he founded and left in me.
That's what's up.
I'm grateful. Okay. All right. So I have my guests here who are very much so rooted in Rock Truth. We got Ancient Mystics here. These guys, you know what I mean? We're at the forefront of promoting health, consciousness, mental wealth. Man, I didn't know what God was sending out of especially these two gentlemen who have worked significantly with Rock Truth in every effort that we've had. So with the cafe, Carl, an essential portion of Rock True Cafe still is sandwiches, everything named after his work that he was doing as far as promoting health. Rock True Fitness birth out of Carl and his fitness efforts. Like it was just a whole, wraparound and sense of services. And then he brings on Chris Lyon, you know what I mean? Marley King in the building, providing us with Rock True Beats. Through Rock True Beats, what was always so rare is that you hit the avenue of Rock True Cafe and Rock True Science. And with Doc Ock, shout out to Cleveland, Ohio right now. Doc Ock, she would come with the science lesson that she had no clue was corresponding with Chris's Rock True Beats lesson.
Oh, that's dope.
It was all connected to the food and nature and everything. Like, this was just an amazing thing that God did through us, and I'm looking forward to taking it a little higher. So none other than the Ancient Mystics. We got Chris Lyon and we got Carl in the building. Spoon.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourselves, brothers.
Yes, Chris Lyon, man. Lead herbalist. I'm a man of many hats, man. I'm a plant man, science man, man of the land, bushman, Rastafari.
A little bit of everything out here.
A lot of caps in I wear, you know what I mean? But I'm just really a stronghold when it comes to your local herbalism in the community and such like that. We're located up on 24th and Buchanan, right in between 24th and 25th Avenue, man. We got a beautiful mystic garden going on up there, you know what I mean? And we're promoting a lot of health and wellness and liberty up there, you know what I mean? What I mean by liberty is that we make this a lifestyle. It's not just a trendy thing that we're jumping on while everybody else is on the way.
Facts.
But it's a lifestyle. It's something we live and we breathe every day, you know what I mean? And we promote this for the youth, and we promote this for our brethren and sistren around us, you know what I mean? More life, you know? And we do a lot of things with the herbs and foraging for a lot of different plants and medicines, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The things that Jah put on this planet for us to utilize.
Come on, King,
our
teach.
Food and our medicine, you know what I
mean?
Sir. Jah provide for food for I and medicine for man and woman, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the spill could go on and on, but I'll pass it to my brethren, Carl Witherspoon, or the Spoon.
Come on, Spoon. Come on, Spoon.
Like he said, Carl Witherspoon Jr., they call me the Spoon. Business development, community engagement for Ancient Mystics, all natural products. We have an acre farm on 2448 to 94 Buchanan Street. Certified strength and conditioning coach, certified nutritionist. I'm a certified personal trainer. You know, just here to introduce people to a new healthier lifestyle. Because if God don't make it, then don't take it. Straight to the point. Can't get no more clear than that.
That's it. That's
Straight
it.
to the point.
That's simple and plain. Well, how did you guys get started with Ancient Mystics? Because it's way more of you than just the two of you. If you could go ahead and provide their names, what it is that they do, but then also, how did you all connect?
It's four more of us. We got Lord Cassius D, Universal Zulu Nation. We have Chef Aaron L. He's a all vegan chef, absolutely delicious gourmet.
Yes,
we have Nancy Flores, the sound bowl master, sound bowl expert, and we have the other Nancy Knightley. She keeps us in charge. She's the coordinator, our project manager, and all together, all six of us together, we are Ancient Mystics All Natural Products. We came together. We met at Vibrations. That's what we met at. We started having meetings at Vibrations, and from Vibrations, we branched off into residential houses, and then we even met at McDonald's. So what we did, Karma and holistically, we all came together. I'll let Chris talk a little bit more about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. It goes deep, man. It goes to show you, when you come together and you put things on paper, we talk about spelling all the time. You know what I mean? We're spelling, and you think about the people doing the quote unquote magic, what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
Teach, brother.
It's putting your intentions onto paper, and it allows it to manifest into what it becomes. And we was talking about this project many moons ago, and it seemed like it was a task that was going to be so tough to achieve, because you think, oh man, fixing up a farm or a garden, it's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars for us to utilize, to create this. And we was able to put this on paper and come in, thousands and thousands of dollars under budget, because
come on,
Jah provide, man. You know what I mean?
Always.
That's what's up.
Teach.
Yeah,
Always
definitely
provide, man. You know what I mean? We had resources coming in left and right, whether or not it was tools or hands on deck. You know what I mean? People was just coming around and blessing us with the most, and it allowed us to bring into fruition what we got going on today. So it's really a plan that started on paper. So if you ever got something up here in your mental, make sure you put it on paper. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
sir.
things will come to life. And hey, I've been around the ringer, so I understand that, there's truth within all of that right there. So yeah, it's just a grand project that we put together, and it really just started with me, Lord Cassius D, and Spoon, man. You know what I mean? And it came to fruition, and I was never into this stuff as a youth. You know what I mean? My mind was in a different place because of, whatever you want to call lack of guidance or external influences, whatever it may have been. But being able to grasp myself and to see the world for what it is, and become more tuned with myself and spirituality, it allowed me to go back to the land and to observe that that's where the roots lie. You know what I mean? What is a tree without its roots? It's nothing, because how can it grow?
Nothing.
that's what's up.
So we got to get back to the roots in that sense, and I think that's where the medicine and the camaraderie, the unity come into play. We always like to practice the 7 principles, or what they call the Nguzo Saba. A lot of people practice during the time of Kwanzaa and such, and all these things can be related and impact your life in a sense, with the Imani, the faith, the Nia, the purpose, the unity of Moja, and the list goes on. You know what I mean? And being able to utilize these things as like a self-checkbook or a balance, is really grand for myself. And being able to utilize that with the brethren and sisters around me allowed us to flourish into what we are today. So yeah, we just we out here doing Jah works. You know what I mean? We deal with the land, we deal with the medicine, and we heal the peoples, you know what I mean? And also take care of ourselves. But we have to realize that in this world, it's not just, the physical sickness that tears us down and wears us down, man. It's the mental or spiritual.
Let them know, big dog. Let them know.
Yes, sir.
You're right.
We find people that's just so depressed and have these feelings of worthlessness or don't fit in, or just feel like they're an outcast in society, man. But it's really big to get back into yourself and to dive within. A lot of people are looking for something on the outside to help usher in some type of healing for them, but we really have to dive inside, man, because that's where whatever all these different religions or spiritualities believe, they're talking about what lies within, man. You know what
Come
I
on,
mean?
man.
Yeah.
Let them know.
We have to go back inside of the
It's deep.
kingdom. You know what I
Deep.
mean?
Teach, brother.
It goes deep like that.
Teach.
Deep.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
so once we start to do the work and to heal ourselves from the inside out, it becomes a reflection of our physical health.
Yeah.
The things that we're putting into our body, they break us down over the course of time, even if we don't see it. But when you look into the mirror, so many moons later,
Yeah.
you start
It
to see the
reflected.
wear and tear. Absolutely. The
Yes, sir.
reflection, my sister.
Yes.
And so that's why it's always important to go internally, man, with the foods that we eat, with the thoughts that we promote, with the emotions that we project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These things are very deep, and they are key for the healing of the peoples, man, and the healing of the nation, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The spiel could go on, man, but I got to pass the mic.
I know. It's
Rock it out. Rock it
I
out.
because
Rock
you already know RockTrue. Like,
RockTrue,
bro,
rock
I
it
can
out.
sit here and just listen
Right.
to you because you already know what's up, Chris. You already know how it ties
Chris
all
know
the
what
way
time it
through.
is.
Listen,
Yes,
what?
Hey, I got to say, see, man.
What?
I got to say,
Go,
Right.
go. And let-
Give it.
You
gift
give
that
it.
keeps on giving,
It's the
man.
time for it.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
go.
I play
Come
the
on.
role of the giver a lot to my life, but I have to give thanks in that sense as well, because my roots here at Rock Truth, man, started
Oh
with my sister
my
Mary,
God.
with SelenaKay,
Oh
man.
Yeah.
You know, I got to pay my homage,
Can
man,
we give it
because
up?
that's where it all started,
Give it
man.
up to her.
Yes, I respect, man.
Oh my
You know I was coming
God.
with that podcast. Been thinking about y'all week,
My
man.
king. Oh my
We
God.
come from the roots, man. Rock Truth Radio, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I remember she reached out to me because she must have heard about me through the grapevine.
Great, right
You know
there.
what I mean?
Yep.
Sitting right next to me. And the idea of Rock Truth Beats came around. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if there was somebody that was hosting before me.
Mhm. We wanted the idea with Tay Larry initially. Yeah.
Respect,
Mhm.
no doubt. So yeah, we had somebody there before me, but the way that the stars aligned, you know, is
Yep.
it was the right time in this universe for me to come into play.
Yeah.
And I was just in the point where I was starting to recognize my voice and the power behind it, you know,
Wow.
and being able to put my knowledge somewhere. And I was looking for the platform for it unknowingly, you know what I mean? And here comes Mary, Miss SelenaKay, around the way with Rock Truth.
I need you.
Hey, that's
I
you know,
did.
that's kind of how it went, man. She
Yep.
needed me, and
Yep.
just me being the giver, man. I'm like, let me see what kind of time I can give you and what kind of creativity. So we started up the Rock Truth Beats,
Rock Truth
man.
Beats,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And it just became so grand, and I got to
Yes.
give shout out to Dr. Ock, man.
Doc
Miss Octavia,
Ock.
man. It's been a long time coming, and maybe one day we will reunite in the future.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But we was coming with that science
Yes.
and and how to tie that in with the music and the beats, you know
Yep.
what I mean, and the philosophy through the music, you know what I
Mhm.
mean. When you look at music is part of the alchemy, you know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yeah, it is, Chris.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Music,
Come on, Chris
music
Lyon.
has a big impact on people. I mean, we can see, if you really open your eyes, you see how a lot of the music out there that spits a wicked message or an
Yeah.
unpositive message or a perverted image, in a sense, you know what I mean. We see
Yeah.
how this starts to affect many different generations of people, especially the youth, you know, who are of the virgin mind, who is not have not matured to a state where they really understand what's going on in
Yeah.
the subconscious and the conscious mind.
Teach
So
brother.
when we have a bombardment of all of this foolery, you know what I mean, people start to grow in an unnatural manner, if you ask me, you know, because the
True.
natural state of man is to live in love and peace and
Teach, brother.
harmony.
Absolutely.
Teach,
Come on, man.
teach.
Right.
It's
Give 'em
within
that
us
word.
like
Yep.
anywhere,
Come on.
man.
Come
I mean,
on.
you put two children together in a room, no matter what culture they come from, man, they love each other.
Yep.
They get
They play.
around.
That's
they
it.
play.
Yeah, they
Absolutely
play.
right.
Perfect word.
There's
Yeah.
there's no fight. There's no hate. You know,
Yeah.
hate is something that is bred within the people, and that comes from different things like economical and situations
Mhm.
or the environments that we're coming up in.
Mhm.
You know, things even go back. I mean, if we want to talk, you know, slavery and such like that, it goes back 500 plus
Teach,
years.
King.
You know,
Teach.
Yeah.
maybe even thousands of years. You know, if we want to
Teach.
go
True.
deep,
Yeah.
we want to go back
Yeah.
into the biblical times.
Yeah.
And such. You know, these things were enacted on people way back when, and we have to learn from our past in order to grow into a more harmonious future. And when we start to get back to the roots, you know, I always promote this, getting back to the roots. And that even means getting back to the root cause of all this, you know.
Mhm.
This is where the healing starts, you know. We have
Facts.
to be able to be the ones to break these generational
Come on,
curses. I
King,
hear this
teach.
all the time. People are always
Come
like,
on.
oh man, we have to heal, we have to find ways to heal ourselves. But people are just so, I mean, I think we lack foundation nowadays
Teach.
because tradition has been lost or it's been warped, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of
You're
people
right.
nowadays, a lot of the youth especially, you know, they don't listen to the elders, you know what I mean. They stray from the culture, you know what I mean. So they start to create something new, but
Yeah.
but something created without foundation, what happens, man? It eventually crumbles.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, King.
You know?
Yeah,
That
has to.
foundation is
Has to,
unstable.
yep.
It crumbles, man. So getting back to the roots of all of this is where the youth especially will start to benefit from this. Now we may be able to reach out to some people in our generations to allow them to see things in the light, but the youth especially, because that's the next generations that are going to be taking over. You know, we look at even at politics and stuff like that. You know, we have people that have a certain ideology, and they don't allow a fresh mind to come in and stir up the pot and take us in the direction that we need to go, because the generations are always changing. And we can change, we can evolve, but we need that foundation.
Teach, brother.
If we don't have that foundation, then everybody's just making things up.
That's it.
This, she said that.
That's it.
Chinese telephone.
That's it. That's it.
Chinese telephone.
That's it.
No
No.
doubt about it, my brethren.
Yeah.
And my sister. So nonetheless, I'll be getting off on a little tangent.
No, because you're spitting. You're talking about the same thing that we talked about, having an original point of reference.
Absolutely.
Any and everybody can say whatever it is they want, and this is why anything outside of that original point of reference is made up. It is pretend. It is child's play. Like, and I just said it recently. Why is it that you can't trust the atom? Because they make it all up. They make everything up. I mean, when you don't, and that's the issue. The thing is, people don't know how. So when you don't know how ghetto things are birthed, you just start doing anything with it instead of just taking the time out to research, how should I do this? How am I supposed to operate the vehicle that is me?
Yep.
Foundation and fact.
Teach, brother. Teach. I want to hear from you, Spoon. Come on.
I don't like me and my daughter. Had this conversation. It's a little off tangent. She say, "Daddy, why men who born men want to be women?" And then I had to break it down. So I say, baby, it's only two people. You have men and you have women.
Yeah.
Feminine energy and masculine energy.
Yeah.
You can't mix the energies together.
Teach.
That's why the body is kind of separate. I gave it this whole breakdown in this whole. I really don't want to get into that. That's a whole different. That's a whole different subject. But we're gonna get back into the holistic approach,
right? Because
I'll go off tangent.
No, I mean technically it is a holistic approach. I really wanted to hear where you were growing with it.
See.
If you could sum it slightly, because you're talking about what you're taking in mentally. You talking about especially with you, what you take in physically,
and
right?
Attitude, personality. It's the whole approach. The atmosphere, the environment, from the pollution from the steel mills we breathe to the bad water we drink. It is a whole approach that it's either positive for your body or it's negative for your body.
Yes, sir.
That's why.
That's why.
That's why it's different. That's why I go back to, because if God don't make it, don't take it. Like,
come on, King, teach. I love that.
GMO and chemically modified foods and things like that. That's really messing up. Not only is it messing your body up, but it food with kids' mind. That's why they can't learn in school.
Teach,
the blue juice, the hot fries, all the stuff they get at the gas station. I see them all, the honey buns. They get to school. The teacher, I feel sorry for the teachers. I used to teach, and the kids who cannot pay attention because it's the diet. What goes inside the body comes outside the body. What goes in the body goes to the mind, and it's your circulation, the blood system carried all through your body and your limbs. That's the problem we have. People need to raise kids again. You have to tell them no.
Brother.
You can't give them everything.
Can't give everything they want.
We weren't giving everything we want.
Correct.
Say that again.
Man, not giving anything. So when I talk to kids, I have to kind of explain to them, and some listen and some don't, but it's that philosophical, holistic approach that we do at Ancient Mystics All Natural Products. We teach, then we preach.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. I like that. I like that.
Yes,
I like that. I'm still right now currently in love. If God ain't make it, don't take it. I don't know if because it was said so fast, and it took me 2 times to hear it. You know what I mean? If God ain't make it, don't take it. That is a rule that you could just apply anywhere to anything. It's so simple.
Very
simple. Ain't that simple?
Simple, stupid.
Simple, stupid.
Simple, stupid.
I ain't mad at you.
This is at the very essence so childlike. You know what I mean? Like it's so C.L. Lewis. C.S. Lewis. That's how childish this is, but you can receive it. Anybody can receive that. Like we are receiving damage to our bodies, to our mindsets, by the food that we eating and the lack of control we have over it. That's another part.
Yeah, you have no kind of self-control. People don't know you're supposed to eat according to your blood type. Like I'm O positive. I'm not supposed to have any meat, any beef, anything like that. It's all fish and seafood and things like that. You're supposed to have, if you can see, this much meat if you have to have meat, and all fruits and vegetables. We comprise of fruits, vegetables, and waters. It's not, when you look at your anatomy, we over 75, I don't know the exact percent, 78.9% water. Women have more water than men. So that means they need more water than men, right? You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of balance it out. Spring water, alkaline water. Just don't drink any kind of water. No faucet, a toilet, a sink water. You guys have to drink alcohol. Thank you, Jeff.
Purified.
Alkaline, purified alkaline water. That's it right there. Okay, that's a good choice. That's much
There you
better
go.
than church's chicken, Jeff. Okay.
It is, man. Church's chicken.
Let's not bring up my faults.
That's the beauty of what we got going on, man, because everybody come from different walks of life, different cultures, different backgrounds, you know, and we live in Babylon, man. We live in the heart of the beast.
Teach.
Tell
Tell
him,
Chris.
Let him know.
Tell him, Chris.
You know, let me clarify that because
Please.
maybe people hear me throw that around and think I'm talking about an individual. They think I'm talking about Mary or
Of
something.
course. Probably so. Probably so. It just might be a grand chance.
Babylon is the concept of a system, you know, a system that is a down pressure upon the population or humanity as a whole, man. You know what I mean? And so that's what we're referencing when I say Babylon or when we say it. But the beauty of us living here, man, is that we all have different ways of doing things in life. You know what I mean? I may not eat the same way as my brethren and sister in this room. You know what I mean? I may have a particular philosophy I preach because it's what I know, because it works for me. She may have something different. Jeff may have something different, and Spoon may have something different because this is their way of life and many factors that influence that. So I think that also is what provides the strength and unity. You know what I mean? Because if everything was the same, you know, it would kind of be dull.
Yeah,
that's true. Very true.
Sometimes I argue with that because I feel like, you know, with it, I'd be cool with just everything was just peaceful and harmonious on the planet or around me. You know, I think I grow and I thrive through that. But there's a balance with everything,
that's
you know?
Yep, that's right.
With righteousness comes wickedness.
It does, brother.
And it's like the scales, you know?
Yes.
If one is coming back into balance, the other one has to maintain the imbalance in order for growth to come.
Teach.
You know?
Now you hear it and you saying it absolutely correct.
Yeah,
that's it
right
Yes,
there,
it
bro.
is. I just came across the Ecclesiastic, and I always promote the positive more than the negative when there's a balance. So he said there is a time for love, there is a time for hate. Take your time. He said, I am the God of good and the God of evil.
It's both. It's
two.
It got to be.
It
has to be.
Right. It has to be. It balances it out. So in such a religious state, we want it to be, we believe peace is no form of a negative existing. But then your batteries don't even work.
Oh, come on.
Without a negative charge.
Come on now. Positive and negative, right? It's two. The battery, red is positive, black is negative on your car. It has to work. Both of them have to be connected.
Has to. So you talking real? Come on, brother.
I like to simplify for people.
Yeah.
Let them know, Spoon. Let them know, Spoon.
Simple and
supreme.
Simple and supreme. I love it. Oh my God. Listen. And you guys, what I love about you guys, you definitely aren't religious brothers. You guys are all just seriously kingdom in connection. Spiritual and kingdom. Like, you know, like no, and I love that because it's a lot of people that think you have to dress religiosity. And even if it's a tradition or trade that we are practicing, it's healthy options.
Absolutely.
It, like you said, if God ain't made it, I can't. Don't take it. I can't. I'm good. And that's just something just very simple of a practice that I'm still stuck there, guys. That is blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
And I want to say, I grew up in a Baptist church, right?
Yep.
I haven't been in a while, and I don't plan on going back.
Yep.
Just a question. Why is it after church that we go eat till we can't move? Why do they do that?
Teach.
We do eat till we
Is that healthy, Chris? That is not spirituality.
That's not.
It's relationship, not religion.
Come on, King.
The pastor, all tithe and offering is necessary, guys.
Yeah.
But your body is a temple too, right?
That's
just
right.
Not the building. This is your
Give him
temple.
the show. Give him the show.
No.
Spoon.
This
Teach,
is a
brother.
temple because
brother.
I'm trying to figure out why everybody after church we go to a buffet, everybody eat. I'm the only one not sliding my feet, walking and breathing hard.
Come on.
That's a problem, Chris.
That is.
That's a problem.
That is.
To go praise and worship, and then I come praise and worship myself.
Yeah.
Come on, King.
When I realized that, I said, no, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more, Jeff.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
It's the simple fact of I have to love myself more than I love somebody else.
That's it.
Say that one more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
One more time.
I love myself more than I love anybody else. I love my daughter, my mother, my family, but I come first, guys. You have to love and take care of yourself first. then I tell my daughter, I love you, baby, but I love me more because if I'm not together, I can't get you together.
At all.
And you
true.
can't get nobody else together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always tell her, take care of yourself, stay active,
Mhm.
drink plenty of water, you live
Mhm.
long. Simple.
Yep. Yep.
I like
True.
to simplify
Yeah,
things.
that's
It's like,
it.
It's not
It is.
hard. Those
It
straight to
is.
the point.
It
I
is.
didn't come on here to do all this talking.
I came to ask
But
you
you
about that.
are. But you are. You teaching. You
Yeah.
teaching. I mean, again, now you take that over to where we were with the cafe. What you believe over what you crave. What he said over what you say. Your convictions over your appetite.
And-
Like, go, please.
And it's the way the food was prepared, the
Yeah.
love and happiness that go into the
Yes.
food. How
Yeah.
things
Yes.
are killed
Yes.
and prepared.
Right.
Yes.
Those spirits, believe it or not, transferring to the food,
Yes,
transferring
sir.
to your body.
Teach.
That's
Come
why
on.
people get food poisoning and diarrhea and
yeah.
vomiting and stomach
Yeah.
virus.
Teach,
Man.
brother.
Clean and healthy thoughts and vibes and feelings have to go into.
That's
I don't
it.
care if it's a piece of lettuce. What do we do in the garden, Chris Lyon? Every time we bless, and when we take the plant and flower, when we
Yes.
pick them, the herbs, we say a blessing. We very
Rastafari.
soft. Yeah, we
Exactly.
understand.
Wow.
And it took me a while to get to that point, but now I get it, and I'm never letting it go.
Come on,
Because
brother.
Hey.
Teach.
Our garden is 95 to 98%. I'll say 97% edible. We pick and we eat it. You didn't hear me say we wash it off.
Come on,
It's
I heard
already
that.
made with nothing but pure soil. Everything is
Yes.
Yeah.
all natural.
Yeah.
Everything's local, all natural. We
Mhm.
take the bee honey with our fingers. We lick out the beehive after they sting us to death. After we get stung to death.
Yeah.
But everything we don't need to wash it off, Jeff, because the way we
Yeah.
planted it and prepared it,
Yeah.
wipe the little dirt off and eat it. Eat the dirt on
My
it because
Lord.
the soil is good. You know,
That's that B12.
that's
my
that
brother.
B12.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Dirt soil.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, that dirt and soil has B12, very nutrients, and it's very rich and good. For
Wow.
Kind
That's
of like
why,
in the South with the red clay dirt.
that's why.
Hey, brother.
That's it, bro. That's why we grew up eating dirt, Jeff. I don't know if you did, but I did, and I was just as
I
healthy
didn't. I
and fine.
didn't.
He said, I
Get you some
did.
dirt in your life.
Okay,
It'll
get
help.
this in my life. A little more red clay dirt mud pie now. All right. We might have to
No,
implement
like
this.
being with you guys at the garden, that was the first time I actually like stuck my hand in the soil. Like I was like a girly girl. I still am. No.
Yeah.
No
Let's
doubt.
be clear. It's just gotten worse.
Hey, come
Okay,
back
look.
now. Don't leave. Come back now.
So like I was like he like stick your and he's a different type of coach and trainer. He's
Don't
the
tell them that holistic
Lord
jerk, right?
Jesus.
Shout out to the holistic
To
jerk.
the holistic jerk. And that's and so he's like, just stick your hand in it. And I'm just like, and I did, and it was oh my God, I felt connected to the earth.
There you go.
You guys took me out to I don't even know where we were in the woods.
In the bush.
In the bush
Hey,
looking
hold
for
on,
the
hold
pawpaw.
What I heard Mary say crossing that line. Every little step I take.
Yeah.
Every little move I make.
We'll be together because listen.
Black
It was
man.
this log that we had to cross over. Lord, I thought I was gonna die. This little girl was there. Chris' niece was there. She just put me to shame. She's just like she might as well just been flipping, you know. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I wanted to do this, but those experiences, like I was scared. That's something I would have never done. And we were in nature. You were just like, no, eat it. You're fine. And you know, so yeah, getting back to all of those things, you guys are doing amazing things.
Chris Lyon, tell the listeners, what's the reason of purpose we go to the bush? Why do we go to the bush? What is it about?
You know, people you probably hear it in the mainstream world, they call it like forest bathing and stuff like that. But we knew it as something different before that. You know, it's a meditation being out in the bush. You know what I mean?
Okay.
To be able to connect with the ancient ancestries, man. It might not even be yours, but if we understand that all of us as a human species are interconnected, then it's like we back with the ancestors, with the ancients, you know what I mean? And with the spirit and just being engulfed in the forest like that and seeing all the different colors, you're taking a different perspective.
Yeah.
It's something that people's eyes don't ever get a chance to see, especially if we come up in the inner cities, you know what I mean? The inner city youth, especially, man, I see them lacking a lot of this, man. And if you don't have time to get out into the bush like that or go down by the river or wade in the waters, you know what I mean? To purify the self, to cleanse the self, to open the mind or to cleanse the mind, you become caught in this rut. And I see even myself, I can even attest to myself being a youth. Even though I came up outside and stuff like that, I always did a lot of activities outdoors. but I never understood it for what it was. And it took me to, be able to go off into the forest and being able to stick my feet into the rivers with a different intention or a different mind state. As I grew wiser in the years, I was able to acquire more knowledge. My family comes from a Byzantine Catholic background, which is like the originals, like you think of
old school,
like the old
Wow.
Gothic churches,
Right.
like that.
Or
So, I mean,
Catholic.
yeah,
Whoa.
no doubt, man. So it was a very different type of vibration to be taken from them, because you can go into any church, depending on whatever religion that you practice. You can go in there and you could feel the spirit that's conjured through, like if you look at how they talk about an ancient Kabbalah, you know what I mean, which is an ancient I don't know if you want to call it a mystic practice or a Hebrew practice. I mean, it encompasses many different religious aspects, but it's pretty much identifying, how word, sound, power has power.
Teach, brother. Come on,
when you speak this, or when you're vibrating these particular hymns in these churches, in these sacred environments, there's a spirit that's conjured. You know what I mean? If you even want to think of it in this perspective, the first Crusades was a sound war. You know what I mean? People was the Hebrews, the Muslim, the Christian, all these people was coming from these different parts of the world and meeting up at one particular location, and they were they were all putting out their version of hymn. You know what I mean? And they all sounded different. They resonated different.
Yeah, teach.
If you ever look at the study of semantics, which is like how you can visualize sound within some type of medium, like sand or grains or stuff like that, when you project the vibration into there, like love, or like the words love or hate, when you speak these into water and then freeze it, hate is going to be such a distorted image, and then love is going to be like this perfect snowflake. Come on, teach. They form into these very beautiful, intricate patterns. You know what I mean? And every single one is different than the next. So it goes to it's just a visualization or a scientific way to prove spirituality, in a sense. You know what I mean? Because science and spirituality don't seem. Excuse me, I should say this. Science doesn't accept spirituality, but spirituality accepts science.
Come on,
teach.
That's it, brother.
You all better take note. Please pay attention to that.
Yes.
That's deep.
That is very true.
Clear, simple
Science
information.
needs something tangible in order to verify spirituality. That's just
it's not self-sustaining. It's not self-sustaining. Go ahead.
It's that checks and balances that come into play. It's once again, we talk about this balance. The positive, the negative, or however you want to see it. There's always a dualism to things.
Teach.
But semantics, the being able to speak into a medium and see the projection, the imagery of the sound that we're speaking, or that's resonating, different frequencies that's coming out of our vocals, or even just projecting these through speakers. We'll take it even as far as the music we listen to nowadays, especially the trap music or the drill music.
Come on.
It's so funny you hear the word trap. What does it kind of sound like?
What is that?
It sounds like a
trap.
trap.
It does. It does.
Like, trap you in there.
Yeah.
So, but there's particular frequencies that are being pumped through even things like the hi-hat. You know what I mean?
Come on.
You hear that? It sounds like a damn sounds like a machine gun in a sense. But when you do the studies on the frequency of this, it's at such a low frequency, man, that when it's being projected through on the human body or the mind through the eardrum, the effect that it has, the way that it shakes or resonates within the body, think of it as that unnatural shape that we talked about when we spoke about the somatics into frozen ice crystals. You know what I mean? You're projecting the word hate, which is a low frequency. You know what I mean? It also ties back into Kabbalah, the power of word sound. You know what I mean? They say when God created the world, he spoke his word, right? Or even another interpretation through an ancient culture is that God created the world through letters and numbers. And so you think about the correlation between the vibration of our voice box and different numbers and stuff. Numbers, I mean, we can even look through the biblical text and we see all the numerical revelations throughout there. And these things hold power through the form of vibration. So, I mean, this would be a study that we take on and on. It could be like another hour.
I'm
trying to keep it
true facts, real facts.
very surface level for everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's an interesting concept to grasp, the power of vibration and how the words that we say or even the thoughts that we project,
Mhm.
they have this type of distortion or destruction or creation. You know what I mean? It creates something beautiful or causes something to look destructive. So I just wanted to throw that in there as well. Myself, I
think, but it's much needed.
It correlates right into that.
Go ahead, Spoon.
I wanted to get back to farming, Chris. I was gonna have you talk some more. Why do I see fruits and vegetables with no seeds, Chris? What's that about? What are they trying to do to the food? Man,
I like them.
We come from seeds, and all the foods I eat growing up came from seeds. Why seeds, Chris? What's going on with that?
And you know what? Just if I could add real quick, I was watching they were doing like life hacks with food. And different ways you can like cut open different fruit and vegetables. And so they cut open they were showing like you can push through the bell pepper, and then once you cut it open, you pop it out, and then she was like, and you just throw that part away. And I said, that's the life.
That's the nutrients.
That's the life.
You throwing away the good stuff.
That.
Yes,
Right. So grow for it, please.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and chime in since y'all want to go in this direction.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go that way.
Please,
Yeah,
let's go there.
let's
Let's go there.
No doubt. I love how Mary said you're throwing away all that life because the life cycle of a seed, man, is to grow up into a tree or into an adult. Think of the reflection on the human, because we are a reflection of Mother Nature. Right?
Absolutely, we are Mother Nature.
We start from a seed. And then we grow up through all these different stages, to get to full maturity. And then what do we do when we grow maturity? Maybe not all of us, but a lot of us, have youth. We spread our seed. You know what I mean? We plant the seed in a sense. And so it seems to be innate of all species on the planet to at least one of their purposes or intentions for being here is to grow, to recreate. You know what I mean? They're always looking to press through the environments, to preserve their generation or their lineage in a sense, So all fruits and vegetables, that's their purpose of creating a seed. And back in the day, the seeds they used to be so big, you know what I mean? The fruits that we have nowadays and vegetables and such, the way that they've been maybe cross-pollinated in nature somewhat, but also through some type of man trying to play God, you know what I mean? And reshape the value or the composition of fruits and vegetables. There's obvious intention behind that, man, because it takes away from the natural state or the natural selection, if you want to call it that, because everything is grown to produce something of quantity rather than quality. We're born into this world pure and of quality, but now we just been bombarded with all this. We want to look like this, or we want to be like that, and it's almost like a designer thing, man.
Definitely.
Like somebody's playing God's hand. So let me not stray too far from that.
But you teaching.
Let me not
doing
stray too
good,
far.
brother.
Yeah, you teaching.
Good.
There's many ways.
Facts. It's many facts. Go wherever you feel like going.
Like my brother Jimmy Cliff said, there's many rivers to cross.
Many rivers.
But let's stick up this one right now. So the reason that man has started to breed the seeds out of things is because it takes away from the way that things resonate with our DNA. So
come on.
All the fruits and vegetables that we eat, each one resonates with a different part on a genetic level, on a DNA level. You know what I mean? So when you start to modify the genetics of the fruits and vegetables, it starts to change us on a genetic level. You know what I mean? And this may not. I mean, I'm going to give you a correlation with bees right here, since we've been beekeeping for a few years. But as our DNA starts to be changed over the course of time, it starts to become a reflection of what you see in us. You know what I mean? We start to see the changes in the generations. I see this from when I was in high school and I was playing sports, when I was doing football and different athletics. The generations older than me, some of these, their physique, their composition, the way that they were built was just way different than the way that my generation is built. And it seemed as the generation started to go down the generations, and you got to mine, and then you look down past me, people were starting to get smaller and thinner, and it's like their bodies weren't needed to do some of the more physical work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they started to. It's deep, man, because we start to go into eugenics. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
All the
You know, when America was originally created, you know, I don't know the right word to use for it upon the rise, but we're just, for lack of a better word, we're going to say created. When the quote unquote founding fathers came over here and created this place, there was a project called eugenics going on, and this stems from like Nazi Germany and even into the gulags in Russia, where they were taking people's and having like people's like what they call him, Dr. Death or Dr. Mengele.
Yeah.
He would come in there and he'd start trying to like splice people, you know what I mean, and create. He would, even on the plantations, they would take certain men and breed them with certain women, you know what I mean, to get like a certain human being that they were trying to create. And we're living in times where this is just a modern day form of slavery in a sense, you know what I mean? They have us in such a bondage to where we don't realize this because it's spread out genetically over time. You know, there's a timeline. We live in microwave time where we expect things to happen overnight. So if it doesn't happen overnight, we don't see it for what it is. So what I'm saying right now, it's not respected or interpreted properly. But we see how this in turn goes back to what we're talking about with the genetic modification of foods and stuff like that, breeding the seeds out of it. If you breed the seeds out of it, you have total control over what you have created. You know what I mean? Now you don't have an offspring that's going to be somewhat similar to the bell pepper in a sense, the original bell pepper. Now it becomes some type of genetic monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's this macho pepper with no seeds. You know?
Right.
Yeah, teach.
What benefit does it have on us? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's for one to interpret, but over time we see how this correlates. You know, I mean, we're affected by so many factors in our environment, and that's just one of many. So I think that in a nutshell, in a small nutshell, that's the explanation I give for the lack of seeds in our food, because and I think it also has to do with self-sufficiency. You know, if we can't take the food, the seed out of the food, then what are we going to plant? How are we going to grow?
That's it.
That's true.
And you look at that. I mean, I'm looking at it from just like you brought it back to us. You brought it back to mankind.
Right.
The very first thing you said when you said it, my mind hit, and I was like, mission abort. Like we have an abortion type mentality. Like we're aborting missions. Like their purpose is to regenerate and repopulate themselves too. But look at mankind. Our current state of mindset is no repopulation. The way in which it is flowing and growing, there's no repopulation. There's no place to plant the seed. The seed has no environment to grow. Talk about being put on hard ground.
Literally, huh?
I mean, but you hitting it like, just if you look at it again. So not having a seed in the fruit, that means it game over. Like I'm taking out a species.
Why you eating it?
And like and why you eating
it?
Why you eating something that's death? We're not okay. Cannibalism. So we're like we're cannibalistic in mindset. We eat dead things. Like it's a lot of stuff just happening, and I'm just kind of like, what in the world?
Like why they do it? Michael Jackson said it best. Stay woke. All I have to say is that they don't really care about us.
They may be.
The government, the FDA.
Yeah, exactly.
So that we can be on here for hours just talking about one different thing alone could take 2 hours.
Listen,
just trying to sum it up. But you all stay woke, man. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Live righteous. Live right. Take care of each other. Live in love and peace.
That's right. Let me drop another gem on
Go
here.
ahead, do it, King.
For all the meatheads out there, man.
The meatheads.
Let's see what they got to say.
Love and respect to all my brethren, man. To each his own, man. Obviously, if you follow the blood type ways of eating, then yes, you are going to consume some animal products and stuff like that. But I just want to chime in something, you know, because I've seen this study the other day, and I found it very interesting, man. We were just talking about genetics and stuff like that, and how our fruits and vegetables and everything is, you know, sprayed, or they're hit with these growth inhibitors, or they're being bred without seeds and such like that. Let's think about the meats here, man. One of the only, if not the only, source of animal protein that is uncontaminated is the bison. You know, or buffalo, man.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all have ever ate that stuff.
I heard about it. I heard about it.
Okay, no doubt. So this is one of the only uncontaminated sources of animal protein, because you think about it, things like cows and chickens, everything that turkeys, I mean, all the meats that we consume in our supermarkets and such, they are grown on these particular farms that And notice I say grown; they're not raised.
Come on.
Brother, it's a difference.
Grown and raised.
It's a difference.
That's true.
Yeah,
Grown-
peep
They're
game.
grown in these environments, man, to where it's so unnatural, and the things that they're being fed is unnatural as well, and this in turn changes the nucleic acid, which is just a stronger word for like your DNA. You know,
Yep.
your nucleic acid. It changes their DNA from its original state to such an unnatural source to that when we consume it, it no longer resonates with our DNA like we spoke about earlier. How different fruits and vegetables resonate with the DNA.
Yes.
It no longer resonates with that. So that's it leaves room for a lot of promotion of disease to come about in the body, and also maybe even to change. I think it even goes as far as to change like the mental, even
of course,
side.
It does.
Of course,
Yeah, definitely.
has to.
It
No
does.
doubt.
It
Has
definitely
to.
does.
It all correlates.
No
Yeah.
doubt. So bison being still in its natural state and uncontaminated happens to resonate almost perfectly with our DNA. I think there's room for like a few percentiles that may be off. So we'll say like 90, 95, 96% resonation with our DNA. So it's a very interesting study. If y'all get a chance to go out there, I'm leaving some homework for y'all. If you want to take this study even a little bit deeper, go out there and search the nucleic acid of bison and how it resonates with us, and how it may be one of the only animal proteins left that's uncontaminated in that sense that we consume. I'm not saying that there's not chickens out there that
Are
still
raised, yeah.
exactly that still
I like
resonate,
that.
and that's why it's even more important for us to be farming our own
I
food
agree.
and raising our own cattle or how I want to say it, animals per se, our own animal protein. So it's more important to get back to that farming aspect more than ever now because of the way things are so contaminated and so corrupt. So I'll leave it at that when it comes to the animal protein or the diet tangent.
You ought to know, Chris, how long you been a vegetarian, Chris? So Chris don't have to worry about any of these things.
But it goes back to the fruits and vegetables being in an unnatural state, man.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's important for me to cleanse. I think that's why it's important for all of us to cleanse.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Detox and cleanse.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
You
what it
take
is.
you
That's
guys
what
are
it is.
definitely
I
taking
agree.
me back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
what
right.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to do this with the changes of the seasons.
I
when
love
we
it,
go
Chris.
from spring to fall, fall to winter, winter to spring, spring to summer.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important. Always for people to cleanse, no matter what you consume, and that's why we should never. We got to get out of this folly or out of this game that people are playing where they're trying to pick sides. I'm a vegan. I'm a meathead.
They don't know what they are, Chris.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we all wind up starting to judge ourselves, and nobody shall judge you but Jah, man.
Come on.
Yeah.
We should not be the judge of that, man, because we're all products of the situation that we're born into.
That's true.
Come on.
That's true.
Say
You
that
don't
again.
know.
Let 'em
You
know.
are.
Situation we born in, Chris.
You can't control it.
That's it.
That's
That is.
important.
You can't. You
Fact.
can't.
Fact.
And there's a point in which you'll come across someone like you guys who are promoting truth and wellness about it. And of course, that even takes a process and a cycle. And, that takes time to get into your psyche because we've been conditioned to eat anything. We've been conditioned, and again, that came into environment. This was all we were left with to have. So they said, right?
Right.
But even that was a mentality too that was adapted. I know even with the cafe initially, we had the meat there. My only issue with the meat was that we didn't have more of a kosher farm that provided, our own raised animals.
Right.
But then most importantly, if there was waste or there was something left, we're not throwing or discarding it. We have enough to feed our community. It's a way in which to do this.
Yeah,
and so,
definitely.
I don't want to have like processed meats and all that. I didn't want to have that. I really wanted to provide, again, you going back to these pastors and preachers. Yep. Afterwards, come to our restaurant and we serving pork. How that's an unclean animal. Like, he specifically gave us the ones not to touch. Now we just but it's about functionality. It ain't about it tasting good. You can butter up, season up, poison all day. It's not about it tasting well. It's about it being grand for your functionality and system. So it's like, okay, I have a car, but I'm putting in the wrong gas in it. But then I'm getting mad at the make and model of it because it was never going to grow, right?
I'm doing what you want to do and expecting different results. The brethren Chris Lyon mentioned something good about detoxing and cleansing your body.
I'm on
he
it.
said with the seasons, right? I do it every week.
Mhm.
And also
Okay.
it's something called a sauna or sweat lodge
No
and a
doubt.
steam room.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sauna detoxes your bones, steam room, your skin, and your lungs.
Mhm.
Let me tell you, if you all smelling the pollution and you're in the atmosphere, you living in this world, detox once a week.
Mhm.
If you don't know how to detox or cleanse, reach out to one of us. We'll show you
Please.
the right way to do it.
No doubt.
Find
Please.
yourself a sauna, steam room, a steam in your bathroom. Eat a little
There you
bit
go.
healthy. You know how people have a cheat day? How about you have a detox or a cleanse day?
There it is.
No, for
Okay,
real.
replace that with something
Yeah,
positive.
balance.
together, right?
Remember
There you
we
go.
talked about
Together.
balance.
There you
We
go.
talked about
We
balance.
just talked about
There
balance
it
out.
is. Balance. Yep.
And let me tell you, if you drink too much water, you're going to die. If you drink too much
Uh,
food and eat, you're going to die.
Mhm.
It's
Die.
an equal balance.
It
balance,
is.
yin yang. You have to balance
Mhm.
your life, your body, and your situations out.
Yep.
I just want to add that.
Now,
little
go
tidbit. I'm
ahead.
done now.
No.
I give a little.
Who said I got too
and take
complex?
notes.
Speaking of which, I mean, where can we find you guys? If you guys are, if they can reach out to you to find out anything about the products that you offer, getting some training, just going on another one of the journeys.
Right, the journey.
Because I want to go again. Where can we find you guys?
No doubt, man. Y'all could definitely check us out. We got 2 Facebooks that we're running off of right now. You could check us out on Cassius D Facebooks. That's Cassius, like Cash Us, because it's always about us, man. You know what I mean?
Spell it out. Spell it
I
out.
and I, man. It's us and creation. It's you, I, and creation, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's never one-sided, man. As Rastafari, I never choose sides. We never pick sides, man, because it's oneness. So
Peace.
you can catch us out on Cassius D Facebooks. That's CASHUS, like Cash Us, DEE. Check it out. So that's Facebook. And then we also have Ancient Mystic LLC on the
Ancient Mystic
Facebook, man.
LLC.
Yeah, man. So we're running that as well. And I'm working on becoming more consistent with being on the Ancient Mystic Facebook. You know what I mean? As far as promotion, it's just I got a lot on the plate and we got a lot going on this year. So I'm really honing myself in and gearing myself up, getting my schedule right so I could take that profile and go above and beyond. But y'all are always welcome to catch us at the Mystic Garden, man. What's the address on that, Carl?
2448 to 94 Buchanan Street in the historic farming district of Gary, Indiana. It's a block, 2 blocks east off of Grant Street.
Yeah.
2448 to 94 Buchanan Street. You can call me directly at 219-613-7594, 219-613-7594. Reach out, Ancient Nation 190. So that's Ancient, ANCIENT, Nation, NATION 190 at gmail.com. That's Ancient Nation 190 at gmail.com. You check us at the Little Red Schoolhouse. We have products in the Little Red Schoolhouse on South Lake Street in Miller. We are at Vibration Health and Juice Bar. We are Healthy in Space on 6004 Broadway.
Yeah.
We are also in County Market Save More.
Come on.
And County Market Save More and County Market Save More is one more. Am I missing? Count whatever the one is in Miller.
Miller Key Market, Miller K, or
Thank you, Miller K.
Miller K.
Those 3.
Yeah.
The three grocery stores in Gary. Reach out to us. We're always accessible. Chris on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Ancient Mystics LLC. Aaron, Lord Cassius D, the other Nancy. Everybody's out. We're not hard to find. Look, like Dion say, we ain't hard to find.
And then you do workout in the morning, in the AM.
6 a.m., 5:55 for all you ones that want to be prompt. 6 a.m. Hudson Campbell, Monday through Friday. 6 a.m. Hudson Campbell, 455 Massachusetts Street. Shout out to the best workout facility in the Midwest, the
Come on
Hudson
now,
Campbell
teach.
Fitness Facility, 455 Massachusetts Street. We'll be there Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. and sometimes on the weekend, but definitely Monday through Friday.
I love it.
I got 2
Go
more
ahead,
announcements here, man.
please.
2 more
Please, go
announcements here.
ahead. Go ahead.
So check it out. First and foremost, man, I want to say that we are looking for investors coming up for beehives this year. You know what I mean? We got two plotted on the Mystic Farm already, on the Mystic Garden already. You know what I mean? But we're looking to expand the apiary. I got one of my brethren that's Reed from the Shroom family. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Reed.
You know what I mean? Over there in Crown Point, that's Edifon Farms, man. You could always catch them at the Miller Market for some grand produce every year. Catch your garlics and your mushrooms, man. My brethren always has fresh lion's mane, many different varieties of oysters.
I need that.
The maitagis, I'm talking
They
about, not
absolutely
the little ones you find at Walmart or Meijer or or your local grocery store. I'm talking about the big clusters, man. You know what I mean? For the best prices in the region, man. So y'all make sure you come out to the Miller Market this springtime / early summer. I think it's going to start up in June this year.
May.
At the end of May.
Mhm.
Okay, end of May. We're going to be starting up this year. You can catch that on South Lake Street as well. But yeah, man, check it out with the Shroom family and the mushrooms, man. Edifying Farms. That's our peoples right there. You know what I mean? But that's one of our investors this year. So we're going to be utilizing his properties. So if you guys have properties out there, anybody has properties that they're looking to allow us to come place some hives on, you know what I mean? And we're not asking nobody to take care of them. We'll come out there and do all the work. You know what I mean? We're asking for land or any type of monetary investments that people want to invest. So if y'all are interested in investing, make sure you reach out. My number is 219-241-8092. That's Chris Lyon, man. 219-241-8092. You could reach out to me any time of day. If I don't answer, leave a message or send me a text message. I will link you back as soon as I can. I'm a busy man. I'm a man with the plan on the job command.
I know
that's right.
You
So
go.
always, man. So yeah, that's why I just wanted to put that announcement out there. Make sure to reach out to us if y'all are interested in investing into beehives this year. You will be able to reap some honey on the on the back end of that.
Yes.
It's probably some of the best honey in the region, if you ask me.
Mhm.
I got many testimonies to it. So yeah, the beehives. And then lastly, I just want to promote any upcoming trips that we have coming up this year. I'm in the works of putting together a schedule for different trips out into the bush, and even to an hour or two away. We're looking to travel up to Michigan. We like to take people up to our apple orchard that we're working on right now. We have our brethren Julian up there.
Shout out to Julian. Thanks, Julian.
In South Haven, Michigan. Enough respect, man. About an hour and 25 minutes out, and we're always more than willing to carpool up that way. But it's a grand adventure out that way. We're heading up that way. We're looking to go to. I forget the name of the park off rip, man. It's a little long name. It reminds me of the book of Matthew and such like that. The name is very similar to that. But it's out in it's about 2 hours away into Illinois. We got trips like that coming up. We'd love to get down to Brown County. So anybody interested in these trips, reach out in advance, to give me a better way to tally up how many people we would have going on these trips.
Yeah.
Out into the bush, and it's very nature oriented, you know what I mean, and very educational for the youth and for many generations who'd love to come out and learn, because we're all at different paces in the journey, you know what I mean. Some may be more of a youth at 40 years young, you know what I mean.
Teach. I know I am.
You ain't
I know I am. I'm a youth at it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're all at different stages in the journey, and that's why each one teach one, reach one. We all here in the game to provide for one another, and this is how we grow as a community, man. So anybody interested in coming out on these trips, be on the lookout.
Please
because I shall be putting out some flyers and some more information on social media and such. And if we have any events coming on, like I said, make sure you check us out on the social media, on the Facebook. That's Cassius D, or you can check us out on the Ancient Mystics Facebook, which is Ancient Mystic LLC. You know what I mean? We got lives coming up, and hopefully we'll be back up and running with the podcast and some more YouTube videos coming up. That's one big thing I'm promoting this year, is getting back behind the camera or front of the camera.
Because I'm coming for you, Chris. I'm like, I'm already coming for you. So hold tight, like for real, just rethinking everything and everything you guys offer, and what it is that we're doing, and the different things that I do want to bring back, especially this mental health portion of RockTrue. So getting back to doing RockTrue Cafe Live and connecting with Aaron and have him come to the house and actually film at the house. And then with what you guys are doing, I want to do the production of different things that are going on in our city. So having the team come out and actually produce, and actually show people what it is that you guys are doing in the bush.
Your hands on
so now people have also a reference point to go back and see and, get excited about what things they can learn, even possibly connecting with different schools. I remember going to Deep River. I don't know about nobody. I remember them Deep River trips.
I remember that.
So why Ancient Mystics can't be Deep River no more? Take us to these different places, and we can have an amazing time. Just a lot of community involvement, connection, and getting back to what it is. These principles, these are the things that we should learn. I think I was watching somebody, they were talking about they were taking some form of history out of school. Who cares? And I just said to myself, ain't that what you're supposed to teach your children at home? What do it matter? What do it matter what they're not offering at the school? You have a responsibility to teach us.
Very true.
So I'm just like, this is stuff that we should be teaching at the crib, you know, how to live, how to eat, how to provide the proper nutrition for our mindsets, for our bodies, for our spirits as a whole. Right. So King, I just didn't hear much from you today. I just want to give you an opportunity to speak about everything before we close out here.
You know, sometimes the student just need to listen.
I don't see your notepad.
It's all right. No, believe me, I've heard,
teaching.
let me tell you something. Believe me, I've heard these things on many occasions, and y'all just solidified. Real quick, I went to the doctor, and I got some information about my health and everything, and I really need to change up some things.
Yep, I know.
I ain't saying I'm on death. I ain't gonna die. Now, let me
on
clear.
death.
I'm not gonna die.
I
One foot in, 1 foot out, right?
Right, one foot in, 1 foot out.
Not that, though.
But we just need to make a more healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
Change. So,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, Carl, I want to have y'all on every time. Y'all
Yes.
fun. I always want to have y'all on once a year and everything. I believe what y'all doing is dope, man.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, me
I
too.
just love how everything is just all inclusive. Everything, again, all inclusive.
Yeah.
We keep talking about the mind,
The holistic way,
the holistic way, the
everything.
mind,
Teach.
the body, the soul, what you're taking in, what you're taking out. It's all interconnected. And if y'all keep spreading that message, I keep rocking with y'all.
Now, straight up and
Y'all in
down.
the
And
game,
for
brother. I
yourself,
love it.
if you can just sweep around your own front door, if you could just take care of that
Take out
for
your own trash.
you, right? Then now everything is already done. You ain't got to go orchestrate to get nobody else to do no other parts because I did my house, you did yours. It's a trickle down effect. All he's saying to do and everything that's to be done is to become one whole and complete as
Absolutely.
a person. Function, guys, as opposed to just operating. All right, well, that's Rock Truth for you. We're gonna get on out of here. Let's see, what is our thing for this year? Because we first started out, and you talk about growth and development. We first started out with Rock Truth, absolutely nothing at all. We didn't grew up a little bit more.
Oh, we ain't doing
Then it
that.
went to Rock Truth, absolutely nothing.
Come on
grew
now.
up a little bit more because we realized that in life, truly, we ain't got no options. So now it's time that we rock truth no matter the consequences.
Oh,
all right, guys. So we'll see you next week.
Go.
Peace.
Peace.
Well done, man.
Peace out.